Welcome to my channel, The Proper Guidance. Here we are today to discuss about the program number 13, and this is a program on list or tuple of elements, and we have to search for a given element in the given list or tuple. Okay, so we are here to do a Python program on this particular list or tuple, and we have to search some element from the list, and when we get that one, we have to just display where the element is found. I mean to say that what is the index of that particular list or tuple where we find the required element. Okay, so let's start. Here is the variable for list. First one is my list, and this is the variable created for list, and the name of the variable is my list. After that, there is another variable num. This is for number of elements to be taken in list by user input. So the method is input method, and whenever we do give some integer value, we have to mention the data type here as int input enter number of elements in list. Okay. After that, we use a for loop. For I in range 1 to num plus 1. Initial position of the list, initial index of the list will be start from 1 and it will go to num plus 1. This means here, suppose I am giving, go to the output section, enter number of elements in list. I have given here 5. So num equals to 5, then num plus 1 equals to 6. And what is the syntax indicates for loop in Python is that the starting value I is the starting value for I here 1 is included while checking the for loop, but the num plus 1, the extreme index for I will be the value of I for the extreme position will be excluded. This term is not executing. That means this will display you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements. Okay, and for this loop, for loop is used for this purpose only. And when we are going to take some input value, there is another variable called element. Element equals to int input. Int input, this is input method, and this is also used for taking the input from user end. Okay, then my list dot append element. This line is already we are acquainted with this line because in our previous program we have already used that particular statement. What is append method is here. This is an inbuilt method for Python programming language to append some elements in a given list. Here our list is taken as my list, so we append the elements by taking input through input method in this element variable and passing the element variable through the append statement. We will get the list fulfilling by the given elements like those elements. Okay. After that, we will print something. What will print? Enter an element to be searched. And thereafter, we also use an input method because we have to give that particular number or integer to be searched in the given list. So search element equals to int input. Okay. For I in range, again we use some for loop here. For I in range 1 to num plus 1, same thing, same for loop is here, starting from 1 and going to for the element when you give 5, this is 1 and 6, that is it will give you 5 steps, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And what will do? It will do one thing. If search element equals to my list I, print element found at index I. Okay, if search element for I in range 1, this is the searching for what? Searching some element given by the variable search element. Search element is that particular element which is given which will help you to take or to store the input value given by the user to check whether that required element is in the list or not. Okay, so this is our program to check whether it is here or not. If there is the particular search element is available in that list, we have to print this line, element found at index, and that is I, because that is the my list and I is the index here, and the I value goes from 1 to 5 here for this particular output section. And one more thing you can do, else, you may write down one else part here, print if the element is not found in the list, you may write down this line, element is not found in the list, element is not found in the list. Okay, so this is our entire program to take some input from user end and search for a given element in the list. This is very vital and very important program. I am doing it in a very simple way. I think you can understand better. We go to the output section and discuss something. Look, first of all, in output section, which line will be displayed first? This one, right? Num equals to int input, enter number of elements, enter number of elements in list, and this number will be given by you people. So I am here taking 5 as the given number. This means I can take input of 5 different numbers, and these numbers are taken with the help of input method here, and the number are 10, 55, 61, 70 and 23. These numbers I am taking here as user input. Okay, next print entered an element to be searched, entered an element to be searched. I have taken the element as 61. If 61 is available in the given list, you can see it, this is the third element of that particular list, then we will print that line because this is matched with the given list. Now any of the element, this element is available in the list, that means search element is equal to my list I. So what is the value of I here? Here the I will be, this is the third element 1, 2, 3, because our list is started from where the range is from 1 to num plus 1. The first element 1, then third element will be 3. So element found at index number 3. This is our entire output of this given program. Now, write down section. I am writing here only. Look it carefully. This is very important part. What is the write down section? What to do? Now, how the program actually executes, no? Look, these are the examples. So these are the examples I am explaining here, because all the programs may be available in internet, but this part is not available anywhere. Okay, how the program executes in the logical way, it follows some steps. What are the steps? What the particular statement is executed, what after what? This is our topic of discussion today. So num equals to int input, enter number of elements in list. So what is num here? This variable store the value 5, that is the user input. Okay, then this for loop works. For loop works from where? I. What is the range of I? I in range 1. Look here, num plus 1. When num equals to 5, then the range will be started from 1 and the last will be 6. Num plus 1, that is 5 plus 1 equals to 6. It will give you 5 steps, because we know that in for loop in Python programming language, this statement will execute will start from 1 and it will go for 6 minus 1. This is excluded from this part when it is executed. 1 is included in this section, but 6 is not, right? So we get 5 consecutive numbers. For what? For element. This is the variable. We stored here the element. We are not printing anything. We are taking input from user end, right? The input method help to input all these numbers. How it works? Element, first element I am giving here 10. So first 10 will be here by input 1. Again it will give you the place to give the input again. So 55, 61, 70 and 23. 5 elements are user input, and then it will append in the list. Here the name of the list is my list as variable name. So what it does here, my list will show you like this, that it will look like 10, 55, 61, 70 and 23. This is my list. Okay, the elements will be appended in that particular list. My list dot append. It works like this section. This line will execute it and it makes the my list look like this one. I am not printing that section. Okay, I am not printing the list as a list. We are taking the input, and this is the actual way how the program works. Now, search element. Search element, this is another variable. Search element, in search element we will take the user input again, the key element. Which element I want to search? I want to search here, I am giving here search element 61. So search element equals to 61 here, right? Next step, there is another for loop, and it is checking where is the search element. 61, I starts from 1 and it goes to again 6. 1 to 6 is the range, and it will search 5 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 position. This is the first position, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. It is checking right there. If search element equals to my list I, the first element, my list 1, what is the position? I equals to 1. When I equals to 1, look here. Look here, when I equals to 1, search element equals to 61, and my list 1 equals to 10. This is not equals to, right? This value doesn't match, and after that I equals to 2, this means 55. I equals to 3, this means 61, and I get my value, required value. This particular value I am going to search. So I will stop here, and then not stop here, the loop will continue, because maybe some different values also there to check. Suppose I am searching for 23. The loop will continue and it will check where to found, and when this matches found, then print element found at index what? At index number 3. Okay, so our program is completed for today's class. Okay, what is the answer now? Find element found at index. Element found at index what? Index 3, that is the value of I, and we get the element here. Suppose we'll be entering some element to be searched. Maybe I am giving some element. Instead of 61, I am giving element 16. When I give the 16 as the search element, it will search the entire list, but there is no 16, no matches is found. Then this will print this line, element is not found in the list. So this is our today's class. I hope you can understand properly. If there is any problem, please feel free to ask me in the comment section. I will clarify all the doubts, and please note down all this thing, the entire program along with this output section as well as the dry run section. This is very important. Try to explain each and every word, each and every section of the program. When you can explain it properly, you will be the master of that programming language. Okay, so keep practicing, and next day we will do some new program. Till then, take care and thank you for watching.